Welcome to our first edition of Wildcat Breakdown from University of Phoenix Stadium, where Arizona falls to BYU in the Cactus Kickoff Classic by a score of 18-16. I'm David Kelly, joined this week by Anthony Gimino, standing in for Glenn Howell, standing a little bit shorter than Glenn Howell. And first of all, Anthony, let's talk about this event. I thought this was a great event here, Dabby. It was a great game, obviously. 18-16 comes down to a final field goal. As a fan, that's all you can really ask for. And the dynamics of the crowd being split had a very bowl-like atmosphere. I liked the way this season started versus maybe just a home game against an also-ran opponent.
Yeah, they had 50,000 people here, which was at the upper limit of what they thought they might get. And I know the event organizers, it won't always involve Arizona, of course, but they would like to make this kind of an annual event, bring in a Michigan versus somebody or a Texas versus somebody, or to make this kind of a big name annual thing. So this was a start, and it could be the start of a good thing here.
The event a success, the Wildcats on the field, however, not. Anu Solomon, 2 interceptions in this ball game, 4 sacks, and just again, from the get-go, to me, this game didn't start right. I didn't like the fact they came out and threw the ball on the first 2 plays of the game and then had to throw it on 3 downs, and it was 3 and out. And to me, that set the offense back, and they didn't find their rhythm until the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk a lot about Anu, and he took it upon himself and said, hey, this game's on me. Rich said, hey, there's a lot of things that are involved in this. Maybe it's a poor blocking on the offensive line. Maybe a receiver missed his route. All these things are a little more complex than just, the quarterback messed up. That said, I want to ask you, where's the quarterback run game? Where is the quarterback run game? And to me, if you're not going to run Anu, then this is no longer the zone read option or option offense. This is just offense. To me, and that's the big difference. It's without that quarterback run game, you're throwing short passes and running Nick Wilson up the middle. I'm not sure that's enough.
Well, you know me, I don't like the quarterback run game, right. But I understand what you're saying. You've got to have the threat of a quarterback run game, and I thought there were some times where he could have tucked the ball and maybe gotten some yards upfield. But I've always said I think that will eventually open up if you have the Nick Wilson that we saw in 2014, and I thought we saw that here on Saturday night. After he got hurt in that third quarter where we all kind of held our breath, boy, he came back on the field and the hole started opening up. And he started hitting him.
He was this close to being the hero with the 49-yard touchdown run. And we talked about it before the game Saturday. It was going to be a Nick Wilson game. You said that. It was going to be a Nick Wilson game. And I said, hey, watch out for Orlando Bradford, too, and J.J. Taylor. One thing I have to remind myself, when Rich Rodriguez says, hey, we've got a 1A and a 1B at running back, he doesn't. He has a 1A. We saw that with Kadeem and another guy. I can't remember his name all of a sudden, but he kind of mentioned that. And who got all the carries? Kadeem.
Right.
And same thing with Nick Wilson. If Rich Rodriguez has a lead back and he's healthy, Rich Rodriguez is going to lean on that guy quite a bit, and that guy's clearly Nick Wilson.
I'm going to reserve some thoughts on the defense, but overall I liked what I saw. A lot of the pre-snap shifting there, I thought that maybe confused BYU a little bit, and we saw some young guys step up and make some plays. I thought Justin Belknap was consistently playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, was what we had heard that he had been doing all through camp, and Anthony Mariscal was not afraid to come up from that safety position and put his nose on the football, and that's something this defense needs.
Yeah, he came in a lot for Tellith Jones, who I don't think played at all in the second half because of injury. Redshirt freshman. He's a guy who was certainly right in the mix. The other guy who made a lot of tackles, at least, Dane Cruikshank, the junior college transfer cornerback. So there's some young guys mixing in here, some new guys maybe people aren't familiar with. To throw some cold water on some of the defense, there are a couple things I did not like. They allowed 7 of 15 third down conversions. That's at a way too high rate, which was a problem last year, and no turnovers. This has to be a turnover creating unit because they still allowed BYU to go on and on for some long drives and really affect field position which hurt the offense and eventually hurt the defense too.
Well, and we said before the game, that's what Marcel Yates wants to see. He wants to see turnovers. That is a staple of some of the best teams in the country, if you can turn teams over. Rich Rodriguez, he was in post-ASU loss mode tonight after this game. Clearly, he was not a happy camper. We've not really had a chance to see him like that. I don't think ever will this early in the season, because they normally don't lose this early in the season.
True, yeah. But after tough losses, yes, that really is the kind of Rich Rodriguez we see. And part of that is, hey, we know he's a competitor. Nobody likes losing. So, yeah, he gets a little chippy.
Don't ask the same question 4 times and give him maybe more than 10 minutes to get to the interview room. He had a bunch of stuff he wasn't happy about.
But he'll be fine on Monday. He'll be fine on Tuesday. He'll be fine on Wednesday. But Rich probably needs a slightly longer cooling off period.
All right, this would have been a great win if they could have gotten it going into the next 3 games, which are going to be really more shoring up, almost in effect, preseason games to get ready for the conference season coming up in the end of September. All right, Anthony, thanks for standing in tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
All right, we will have much more of our continuing coverage all season long of Arizona Wildcats football right here at TucsonNewsNow.com.